Hello, my friends. I am making this vlog very, very quickly. Not even changed yet. Because I want to get these thoughts recorded before they fade and before I tell myself that they're not worth recording. I had such a great day at work. And it really got me thinking about what's the difference between a good day and a bad day. Because I had like the worst day of my running room career this week, and my best. Today was fucking phenomenal. Let's just chalk it up and call it best day. So what was different? One, today I worked with Steve, who I never get to work with because he only works Sundays, and I only got this shift because I took a shift for Charles. And Steve's just rad. Just a fun guy to hang out with. So like just baseline right there elevated the day. I enjoy working with Charles, and I enjoy working with McKenna, but maybe just the novelty, and maybe just the fact that Steve is just such a rad dude, that made today awesome. But the real distinction is the customers. And today, I had 3 customers who are great examples of what I love about the job. And actually, the first one is probably the best example because it could have gone the other way. And I even explained this to her at the end of our interaction. That's how cats jump. So a woman came in, and because she'd had surgery on one of her feet, she really had no idea what she wanted or needed. She was just like, yeah, comfort, but also flat. And she had tiny, tiny feet, so we had almost no shoes for her. Luckily, I'd brought in some shoes for a child last week, so I knew that there were some that I had. And we just plugged away at it and talked about every little thing. And there was this sense of sinking and dwelling. Like we were both leaning in, squinting at the problem, and it wasn't getting solved. And I pitched this one idea of like, you can go to this other store where they have this shoe that might work for you. At our Eau Claire location, there's this shoe that I think is going to meet your criteria. And she's like, no, I'll just take these. And I was like, I don't want you to take those. Like they're clearly your third choice. They're clearly like 65% of the way there for you. You're settling. I don't want you to settle. And she said, is there anything else here? And I was like, okay, just Hail Mary. I will just grab another random shoe in your size. And I don't know how to like skip the boring details of this, but the shoe that I grabbed was the same brand as the shoe that I wanted her to go to Eau Claire and try. And she liked the shoe that I grabbed so much, she said, you know what, I am going to go to Eau Claire. And so I called Eau Claire and got them to set aside the shoe. And then that like lean in, squinting feeling that we both had lifted. And we both had our eyes wide open, we were smiling, we were chatting, we were laughing after that, like we had solved a problem that we shared. And I even told her that, you know, that's what I like about the job. And I've had times where we didn't solve the problem, and it haunted me. That like there are absolutely customers that haunt me, not because they were bad. The bad customers I can laugh off really, really quickly and easily. It's the times that like when they were obviously someone in need. Like they were stuck and they needed a weight lifted from them, and I wasn't able to do it. That's the ones that haunt me. And then the same thing happened twice more. I had a girl come in, and she was super cool, and she had a scar under her eye. Like she's a fucking badass. And again, I worked with her for a long time, and I listened to her, and we just tried a whole bunch of stuff so that we could eliminate whole bunches of other stuff. And she left super happy. And again, that same feeling of we were co-solving a problem, and when it was solved, we were lifted and we chatted and we laughed. And same thing with my last customer of the day, who was, she was, I don't want to overshare, but she was coming back from a heart attack and just getting back into fitness. And she was the sweetest, most positive, another cat, most like just joyful person to deal with. And she kept saying like, oh, this is delightful. Oh, I love this. And I love, this has been wonderful. And I was like, it is wonderful. And I got to tell her what I've been thinking about and my strategy for dealing with people. And I said, my goal with everyone is to make them feel heard. Because everyone comes in with aches and pains. They come in overwhelmed by the science of shoes and triply by the marketing bullshit around it all. And they come in with so much on their mind that if I let them get it out, even that is my service. Like that makes their day better, just feeling heard. And she told me that she had heard that I was great because her husband had been in, and I recognized her husband's name, and she was like, yeah, he said that he had a great time here, and it was that the dude there listened to him and was super helpful and super nice. And I was like, yeah, no, that's me, and that's my goal. That's what I said a long time ago, what I wanted out of the job, when I'll know that I've done my service, is if I go read reviews online now, there'll be things like, yeah, you gotta talk to the tattoo guy at West Hills Running Room. Like, he's the guy. He will help you out. He will solve your problems. He will alleviate the weights that you feel. So that's the distinction between a good day and a bad day. Like the base layer of things kind of working well, because the inventory is getting on lock, the shipping is all getting on lock. I'm more confident with the paperwork and what has to be done. And working with Steve was great. And like all those base layers have to be there, as well as, I have to sleep and eat right for just my own emotional stability. And then that difference between what could be a normal day versus a great day is those customers where my knowledge gets to alleviate a problem for someone. And actually, one thing that I tweeted right after it happened was a family came in just to chat. Like, they didn't even want to try any shoes. They were on their way somewhere else, and they just wanted to pop in with a couple of questions and a couple, just get some suggestions for shoes for their daughter. And I just quickly and friendlily just laid out, just dropped some information. And on the way out, the dad said, Jesus, I learned more about shoes in the last 2 minutes than I did in my entire life. And I laughed and I was like, yeah, that's my job. That's my thing. When I get to use my expertise, when I get to lay out all the things that I've learned and I've worked on learning, I can lay them out and make them accessible for people and empower them to make good choices of their own. That's the job. There's just a movie I reminded myself of. Anyway, I'm going to go for a run in the beautiful sunshine. And tomorrow, you probably saw nothing when I did that. Flipping the HUD. The beautiful sunshine. And today is my Friday and my Saturday because I work the day after tomorrow. So I got a drink tonight, and either tonight or tomorrow I'm going to eat pizza and watch the G.I. Joe movie, the animated one. And I got to run. I got to run for joy. Oh, and don't drink these. They're boring and gross. Because I wanted White Claw, but they didn't have any. What's up, your butts? That's my catchphrase. Definitely a little beat up. Like, the run started off really joyfully. My aftershocks died. They're amazing headphones. This is the first time they've ever died on me. And they were telling me to charge them before I left. Just figured I'd risk it. But yeah, definitely some fatigue and some soreness still in the legs. Was not getting the spring and the pop that one likes in their runs. Got a lot of sun. And, you know, banged out 6K. And thought about my form. Like, I still know that my form is imperfect, and I did some research again on form analysis in this city, and I'm desperate to get that done, and even like to do some of my own work and get someone to film me again from some various angles, because I just want to be the best runner that I can be. And as much as you can sort of correct your own form in real time, it's not necessarily easy. This is what I'm up to now. Big Travis the size of my fucking head. This is what my other YouTube channel is like. A normal bottle of liquor looks like this. Like this much Jameson looks like this. Sorry, I'm being stupid. Being a terrible fitness guru. Shooting Jamesons right after a workout. Let the weekend begin.